Hi, Brad Ward, Ward's Auctions. March 2020, so we are in unusual times, as you all know, unless you're watching this from the future and all this is blown over. So because of all that, we can't invite you into our sales room to have a viewing, which we normally do. Now, of course, a great deal of you are so used to being online only anyway that it's not the end of the world to you guys. In fact, it's status quo. It's the people that are used to coming in, kicking all the tires that are feeling the hit, taking the hit. So we're going to do a more boring walkthrough video than usual, if they could possibly be more boring. I know they're not exciting, but we want to get the intel to you. So the sale is already bidding. By the time you're seeing this, it's already bidding. 10 minutes ago, we just uploaded the last items to iCollector for the bidding. And they're going to start closing at a timed intervals on Sunday morning, Sunday, March 29th, starting at 10 a.m. And then every 30 seconds, I think it closes. If somebody bids the last second, it extends. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I think there's a video on there that might tell you more. So you can end up effectively with different strings of auction going at the same time because something's getting delayed. So just be cognizant of that. If you've never done it before, it's going to be a little different. So it'll take you a bit of a learning curve. So we're going to slowly walk through the whole building. We have this overmantel. Came from what used to be an antiques dealer in the city here. It's nice and tight. It needs a bit of you don't want to refinish it. It takes away all the patina, but a little bit of a tinted oil on it or something would go a long way. Statuary or a fern stand, barley twist, really nice condition, looks like original finish, rattan center sections there, and you do see very, very minor little marks on the rattan, but it is definitely an above average condition. This little grandmother clock, quarter cut oak case, not working, got parts in here that you would need to the usual little spring steel wire. Spring steel pieces broken, but all your connections are there. And then it will probably work, but obviously that's not a guarantee. We have chest-on-chest cabinets, beadboard style molding on there. This has the antique wavy glass. Probably hard to see in a video, but both those pieces of glass are the original old wavy stuff. This side-by-side, lot 154, we originally cataloged as quarter-cut oak, and that's my bad. I looked at it from a distance. It's actually painted oak. So for those that don't know what that is, we don't see a lot of it anymore. Painted oak is where they use a generic wood, and oftentimes if you stripped it off, you would probably find 2 or 3 different types of wood, and then they use a comb to brush on the oak grain. And very common Canadiana technique, and quite an art form, actually. I tried to do it once years ago with no success at all. Leaded glass panel on that one. There's wagon wheels in the sale. There's this sort of a retro 1970s, if you're doing a shag carpet room. There's this one. It's got the 2 leaves in it. It's actually a round table. 2 leaves in it right now. 4 chairs with the original upholstery. I don't see that that's been redone. Bear rug. Measurements are on the website. As you can see, the claws on the 3 paws are intact. The top left, as you're looking at it, which is his front right paw, does have one missing claw. It's just it's broken off right at the nub. And double pedestal desk pretty much speaks for itself. And some quilt racks here. There's an air conditioning unit here. It works. We had it turned on. There's a remote control. In fact, I could probably turn it on now. Sort of thing that you should never do while you're running a video. But the little thing just came on at the top, 66 degrees. It's opening. It'll probably start to blow depending on what temperature we have it set at. There we go. As summer is right around the corner, as hard as that seems to believe sometimes when it started snowing again today. Now I don't know how to turn it off, but we'll figure that out later. Modern Morris chair, nice proper brass support there. So don't discount that one. I don't think I saw a brand name on that. It'll be on the website if there is one. There's some awesome artwork in the sale. It's going to be hard to get that across without you being able to see it in person, and that I do regret. But it is just a reality that we have to face right now. We've tried to describe them as best we can for the website, and so. But if you have questions, that's the other thing. If you have questions, call us. we're going to try and accommodate that way, as much as normally I say, well, wait till the viewing. Well, I can't throw that one around anymore. This vitrine, this is a retail cabinet. I think it's got an awesome look to it. Very few scratches on the top, considering these things are usually scratched to crap on the top of them, but it is quite a nice cabinet. One of the two larger rugs we did not hang on the rack because, again, those that are used to coming into the building know we have the rack, and we, to keep people from walking all over them, we hang everything. This time, there's only me with my clean shoes. There's not going to be a whole bunch of you people walking all over them. A couple of semi-contemporary display cabinets there. They pretty much speak for themselves. Antique chests. We were trying to argue what style those pulls are. Somebody can, by all means, tell me what you would have called it if you were cataloging. Victorian vanity mirror. This one here is actually one of those drop front secretaires. So the top drawer is a faux drawer, and then it opens up to a writing surface and a little pigeonhole. It needs a little bit of love. It's a little bit stiff and twisty and whatnot. But most of the time you're not using it anyhow. It's a conversation piece. You can show them, your people, your friends, but otherwise it's just what you see is what you get. Some nice artwork here. And again, I don't actually see a lot number. Oh, yes, we do. I want you to look up lot number 92. That one's extra nice. That's on the website. Of course, it's on the website. Everything's on the website. That's how we roll. Blanket box, you can see the top has a little bit of issues there. This gramophone we can't test. We don't have a crank for it, and it's all out of steam right now. So the cylinder gramophone, unfortunately, we don't have a crank, so we can't show you what's happening with that one. You never know, we might get one by somebody might slip one through the mail slot for us to test it. 4-panel divider, again, full disclosure, let's show panels. So you can usually see by the photographs anyhow, but you can see that there's some of the stone is missing there, and that's just normal. It's something that we can't avoid. The other side is painted but does not have stone on it. There's some mahogany pieces here. The console table looks like original finish, single drawer. This is a music cabinet. I guess we're going to back up and show you. Music cabinet for sheet music or records. You can put, obviously once you own it, you can do whatever you want. Bronze lamp here. Sewing machine, treadle sewing machine with the good style appearance, the drawers. So it's one of the more popular ones. This is one of my favorite things in the sale, is this butcher's block that probably when it was new was probably 6 inches taller, and it has had that much use. And it's just oozing with character. I just think it's awesome. Not sure what I would do with it if I had it, but it's awesome. Same house is the ice box. It's not light. I'm not going to lie to you. It was in the basement, and it's 4 doors. It's got Brantford refrigerator, quality style placard on there. It has been refinished. The bottom plate is missing. The consignor thought it was underneath it, but it wasn't underneath it when we got it moved. So, and I think if she would have found it in the house after we'd cleaned everything out, she would have brought it to us or given us a call. Another room divider. This one's huge. The panel widths are on the website. It's huge. I don't actually know what it is though. There is distressing. You can see the cracks in the fabric. I argued that it was leather, but I don't think it is. But it's certainly thick, and it's neat. It's neat. Behind me, we have this cabinet. So you can really get a sense of the size now, because those of you that know me, I'm 7.5 feet high, and this is taller than me. So no, it's the dimensions are on there. But this is all hand carved, all the way around, leaves, and vine, if you will. The marble is conveniently broken into 3 pieces, so it's easier for you to move. That was a bit tongue-in-cheek, of course. But yeah, all the pieces, there's a little chipping there. But from a distance, you don't even know. So it's not like there's big chunks missing, but it did get damaged over its lifetime. Another fantastic piece in the sale is actually this table. to those that have fancy frilly furniture are not gonna get it. I understand that, but this is a genuine, true harvest table, full draw leaves that are that big. There's pictures on the website that show just how big it is when it draws out. It's a good proper piece, and we do have the not necessarily matching, but certainly coordinating chairs with 3 or 4 different layers of paint on them. A few different lamps in the sale, some electric, some oil. Antique corner cabinet. This is definitely a marriage. This does not belong to that, but that's how it was in the house, and they're really kind of pointless alone, so we kept them together. So that's, kind of speaks for itself, and plus I added more to it. The Bose speakers were tried. These are very mid-century modern, so again, if you're doing a mid-century modern room, these Bose speakers that are very 1972, 1969, I don't actually know when they were issued, but from a cabinetry point of view, so they'd be awesome because you could hook up your satellite radio, have the amp behind the scenes, and have those speakers actually running your household stereo, which would be pretty neat. This is probably another music cabinet, yeah. So 2-in-1 auction. That's kind of, it's funny. You don't see something for a year and a half, and then you see 2 or 3 or 4 in one going. There's a bedroom suite on the other side of the room we'll get to. It came from the same house as this. Very not 1969 retro, later than that retro, but is it 19? Somebody can throw some suggestions at me as well in the comments or text or email. There's probably in the 70s. Smoked glass, bentwood oak, quite nice. And then you've got these 2 mid-century. These are Canadian pieces, though they're not Danish. But again, for your stereo, use it with your Bose. I don't know if they came from the same house or not. I don't remember. This is a nice cabinet. I don't know if it's actually an antique or not. The key is not antique. I don't know. In fact, it even says modern on the hinges. So they must have predicted I was going to need some help. So this is call it semi-contemporary, but an antique style. It's very nice. More hanging lamps, more table lamps. Antique settle. Very good condition by the looks of it. Fender DeVille amplifier. These are not cheap. And there's the dust cover for it. And it was plugged in and working. We did turn it on, and so we do know it works. We didn't play a concert with it. Another larger carpet. These are all very well described and photographed on the website. So hopefully they will kind of speak to you. You can if you have any questions, you can call. I don't know what questions you would need or have. They are all photographed, probably with multiple photos, so that you can really get a sense. But there's nothing here, I don't think, that isn't 100% wool or 99.9% wool. Let me see if I can find an exception. All different shapes and sizes. Runners, throw rugs. All wool, 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 wool. Yeah, there's nothing here that isn't wool. I think that might be from the last sale. Over here, they're still coming up. We have a lot of artwork that's framed, or sometimes kind of not framed very well. And it's all out of one house. And clearly they were collectors back in the 60s, possibly part of the art community. And so they have a lot of neat pieces. These are McDonald. These are 4 from the same artist. They were matted. 2 or 3 of them are anyhow, but never framed. Who knows why. They might have been matted just for a show to sell at galleries and stuff. Chainsaw has been started and working. Log splitter's been plugged in and working. The Honda generator turned on, it 2 pulls, fired right up. Those things are awesome. Quiet as a mouse. So if you've never had one of those before, you can go on YouTube and you can see all sorts of videos about those ones. There's Staffordshire pieces, good genuine ones. I like these ones down here because they got they're hunting ones. So in both cases they have a dead animal. Even though I'm not a hunter, I just think they're neat. And then there's some taller ones. These are all proper old ones. There's no newer Staffordshire in this lot. The Cinnabar 103. Look that one up. I don't remember the details on that one. This little guy here, he's made of bone. He's clearly some sort of Martian. And I don't know if he's showing the signs, those are the effects of COVID or what's going on, but he doesn't look very good to me. Some Fenton, genuine Fenton, but newer Fenton. So that'll probably include those. Probably that Mary Gregory style. These are older Staffordshire dogs. And then you got some character jugs. This guy here, I don't think I've ever seen this Dalton, this guy that's feeding the little bird. I forget the name of it, but I don't think I've ever seen that one, to be honest. This chair is wiggly. Oh, no, it's not wiggly. Oh, yeah, there's a wiggly piece here. I was going to say, I wanted to point out if there was loose things and stuff in the sale, just because you guys can't come. This is actually solid. Probably was supposed to have a cushion, or is that just saggy? I'm not sure. I think it's saggy. So it needs a little bit of love, but it's very nice. This one here, I got a phone call today, didn't have an answer, asking if it was leather. I do have an answer now. It is leather. I didn't realize that flopped up. Flopped up. Doesn't flop up. It folds up. But it's genuine leather. And it's even got a brand name, Probell. And it's very funky. This is new. This is like not, when I say new, I mean not antique. I should put my microphone here so I don't ruin anything. But, I mean, obviously it's going to be, it's not saggy or nothing because obviously it's like brand new. It is brand new. This is going to be noisy. Are you ready? Close your eyes. It's stuck. I can only imagine what that's going to sound like on the microphone. So it needs a little actual trimming, a little bit of sanding, a little bit of plain work just on the hinge joint there because it's just too tight. But otherwise it does lock up nicely. In here, Westmoreland style Fenton, that's new stuff. This guy's kind of fun. I don't remember the details on that. 187, these are not ivory. These are probably an export wear type product. More newer Fenton, older Staffordshire. And if you look at them, this is the dogs, lot number 398. We figure this is the homeschooling. You can see the look on Mom's face there. She's been crying, her mascara's running. And those are the two little bratty kids that are going to get suspended from school if they don't smarten up. Art glass down here. This is a Dalton piece. I don't think it's a Dalton Lambeth. It might be Royal Dalton. I don't remember. 322 in your catalog, but it is a good Dalton older piece. This chair here, very mantastic. It's obviously been redone, probably in real leather and quarter cut oak. No, not quarter cut oak, but oak. Heavy, solid, like it doesn't go anywhere. This is, and look at the space here. Lots of room on this one here. This is for big bum people for sure. This is a newer sofa as well, or love seat as well, and it's the Cindy Crawford, I think, Cindy Crawford Home Collection. And if you sit in it, which again is like brand new as far as that part goes, there's one or two little marks. We'll get the camera to do a zoom in, but it does, and it can be flat to the wall because that noise is just the leather rubbing. Because as you see, it doesn't tip backwards, it tips outward, and both sides do this, independent of each other, obviously. So that's pretty cool. And it goes back up again. And again, like I said, you can have it right next to the wall. Beside me, statuary stand, fern stand, whatever, in and of itself is very cool, lot 94. And then above it is a modern but quality cast base and slag glass shade lamp. And that's very nice. This desk is pretty funky. Again, I don't know what era it is from. The quality is definitely there. One of the hinges, the little hinge deals is broken. The parts are there. So just be careful. Don't lift it up and just leave it because it will sort of fall. So it needs a little bit of TLC on that one. But what a neat piece. That's actual brass inlay. And then there's a little ledge there to put your pen and pencil so it doesn't fall off. And the little bench is a matching piece. The legs match it. So very cool. This is an outdoor candle holder. Put those big candles on it. What a fun thing in the when summer hits to have that. Very rustic. You could paint it, I'm sure, but I think it's just better to leave it the way it is. This is I believe these are wedding baskets. So this is a 3-tier with a lid, oriental, and then you can carry it around, fill it up with the wares. Well bucket. good decorative piece. You could hang that and use it as a planter in the yard. Now that I think about it, that would go well in my yard. Okay, as much as the room is mostly presentable, behind the camera is a little bit of a mess. We're going to show you the shelf lots, which we don't normally do. There's not that many in the sale. But you've got everything from old bottles to art glass to a bronze unicorn. Oh, there's another unicorn up there. That's a shelf lot. Here's 1960s iridescent. They sometimes call it carnival, but it's actually a 60s fake carnival, if you will. Vases, ruby glass. Not sure what I would call that. Not really a Westmoreland, but anyhow. This is nice. This is actually 12 settings, so there's 6 on each layer of the cased knives and forks, which are quite a nice little set there. This crock is cracked. It's a cracked crock, so that's why it's on there. Crocheted works here, the vintage ice skates there that you strap onto your feet. Nothing wrong with this lot. Lusterware teapot. But these, as an example, this is a Royal Dalton. That's a nice little casserole. This one is Royal Worcester, I think. Yeah, that's Royal Worcester. So nothing to be scoffed at. And then another larger platter, rectangular, which is kind of neat. So again, don't discount that one. I thought this one was neat. This is all together one lot. The tubs in the box. This is made with hockey sticks. But this is an actual Pogo brand. And it's Pogo Roo. Pogo Roo is what it is. In surprisingly good condition. A little bit of the sticker missing there. And then there's another metal pogo stick there. Cream cans. This stuff speaks for itself. Patio set for outside. This is actually light. This is like a composite or something. It looks very heavy and breakable from across the room. It's very effective. It is all inlaid. It's all proper inlay. It's well described in the catalog, but it's not as heavy as it looks. So it's kind of neat. That's kind of a bonus, really. Very primitive settler's chest here. Some paper was stuck on it over the years. We just leave that there. This is the bedroom suite I was talking about earlier that clearly was bought at the same time as that love seat and coffee and end table and stuff. Padded for your protection, and then you can also store a lot of stuff in there. It goes all the way to the bottom, both sides. And then inside here, you've got fitted, so you can call it chifforobe style almost. Or you can put stuff up top, and then there are drawers that are hidden away. The other side, I believe, is the same, but we're going to verify it as we go along, just to be on the safe side. Yep, same thing on this one. More artwork over here, 367, dresser, so on. These are kind of fun. These were outside. These were outside at the house and had planters and stuff on them. But you could use them inside or outside. All depends on what your decor is. But this is like concrete shelves and then painted metal, so it'll withstand outside quite nicely. This chair's got to be pretty much new because it still has the tag on it. Wingback, button tufted, and nail head decoration. Kind of speaks for itself. And probably, I don't know why, it's got no miles on it though, otherwise the tag would be gone. Primitive corner cabinet. This door, of course, perfectly fine. This door, not so much, but the hinge plate is there, so you'd have to manufacture a little bit of bits there. Not complicated. The hardest part would be matching the color. But or you could do both doors a different color and have that fixed up in no time. This etagere is surprisingly snug. It doesn't wiggle. I mean, you're twisting it, but this is very solid actually. More artwork. I'm not going to. I don't have my 20-year-old eyes anymore. We've got a Kerstead here, so it's a nice big signature. I can see it. We've got some Norman Yates coming up. There's 4 of those selling separately. There's actually a cat. Let's go back up a little bit here. Inside, if you were coming to the room, which you're not, you would be looking through this. They came from the same house as all that other mid-century artwork. And again, very well described. No frames on them. That's how they were. Probably were never framed. But you're going to definitely want to take the time to go through the catalog and have a peek, because there's some fun stuff in there that's worth having. And the Norman Yates, these are all originals up here. Again, well described. 204, 205, 351, 352 in your catalog. So far, there isn't actually a catalog as such on the website, but I think by the time you see this, there might be. We haven't actually proofread and fixed all the spelling mistakes. We like to do some of those. Some vintage wagon wheels. There's one chest of sterling silver. Let's see if I can read the name on it. It is Lambeth Manor. Sterling silver flatware, lot number 375 in your catalog. There is some weighed figures down there, including you've got the huge big boat. I don't know if we're in the middle of another boat session. If we're having a flood, I'm not a religious person, but there's definitely something going on in the world. It's a little bit of Oriental stuff in the sale, not a lot, not as much as we have had sometimes. This is a Rui. I think they call it a Rui. I don't know which way it would go, but like that, I think. Came out of the house with the, with the loo table, with the a lot of the good older pieces came out of that one. Anyhow, this is a piece of mailing. This bowl, and if my mom was alive, she'd be buying that one. She collected mailing. Some of you that knew her from way back when. The last sale I didn't mention. I think that's probably why I was a little wonky on the last sale. That would have been in the 19th anniversary of Mum's passing, was the date of the last auction that we had in the building here. So it seems like yesterday to me. On here we have another batch of the military-themed, or at least mostly military-themed collector coins. Everything from, probably mostly Canadian, but if it's like the last time, and forgive me, I didn't type these in, or I wasn't involved, but there's Australian and English as well, or there was last time. But some of these, like this one here, is $110 price tag on it, lot number 93 Bravo. And that's so the fellow spent a lot of money on coins, and not all of them have price tags. In fact, hardly any of them do. Well described in your catalog, and again, these were added almost last. These were added today to the website. So if you were looking earlier, you wouldn't have seen them. So you'll be a bit taken aback by seeing them now. There's also some gold pieces in the sale that were also added fairly late in the sale, in the cataloging process. So don't skim over the catalog if you think you knew everything. You didn't. That trade that is under the camera now is military. Those are more sterling and gold plated and that sort of a thing. So again, well described. But then we have actual gold ones, all Canadian, and obviously uncirculated, because there would be no point in circulating. There's some first day cover type things, and these are coin sets, and then some more gold here. Again, well described. The jewellery. This one here is a diamond solitaire. It's got to be almost a carat, that one. The lot number is, and there is the tags. I was going to say missing. Lot number 97. We added the ring sizes to the catalog just today. So again, if you were looking earlier saying, well, I can't view and now I don't know the sizes and you guys are mean to me, we added them today. But now that I'm looking at it, I promise you we did not do 244. I don't remember measuring it. But that's all right. We might add that yet. There's pocket watches, mostly from the one consignor that you're used to seeing. And so look at the website. If you see that long, windy description, then you know they're from him, and you can take those descriptions to the bank, and he knows his product. And if it's working, we say it's working, and that doesn't mean it's a warranty. It just means that when we typed it in, it was working. So you can have a little bit of confidence in that. This lot number 245, good genuine antique 9-carat stuff, including this lavalier with the seed pearls and amethysts. This is a little mourning piece. It does have a little panel in the back. Let me see if I can see it. There we go. Whether that's actually somebody's blonde hair or if it's actually empty, I'd have to get a loop to have a look at it. But it is a mourning piece, which is kind of neat. Some more gold there. This is I'm going to say maybe it's silver plated or something. Lot number 503. Have a look. I don't remember. I wasn't involved in the cataloging of that one. In the house was a player piano. If anybody's in the market for a player piano, you can reach out to me, because I doubt they've sold it. I told them it wasn't something that we could bring here to the sale. They're just so heavy and prohibitive as far as moving them that we left it there. But we did bring the rolls, so we got nice big lots of piano rolls, and some of them are newer type. When I say newer, I mean like Elvis and so on, not like a lot of times it's just that old, really old stuff. Here's all military plates. You guys will remember these. Where did that one go? Where did that one go, Top? Where did that one go, Top? Oh, 2.
That's a question.
It's a question mark. Of course it is, because it's a question. Yeah, so, I mean, these are fun. These are fun pieces there, and again, all described pretty well on your website. At present, we are staying at a farm. That's cute. Yeah, those are fun pieces. I have a couple of them myself, actually, in my office. So we're going to be, again, showing you more on the video than we normally do. So I know it's a bit boring, but it's the only way that we can show this stuff to you right now. And, of course, you have the pictures. The pictures do all the work, but I just find that sometimes you need to see it against something to get dimensions. These slag glass and leaded shades, I kept hoping that we would find a lamp in the house to go with them, but we didn't. But there's 3 of those, and no damage on them that I can remember. Let's have a little peek around. No, I don't see anything there. Nice little bits of china. They speak for themselves. These are postcards. These are actually French postcards. We did take one of them out just to look at the other side because you can't see it now. But those are little postcards. So that's kind of a fun lot. These are nice. Lot number 15. They came out of that house as well with the player piano and all that kind of good stuff. Definitely older. They're not really a true match because if you look at the band there, you know, they don't have sort of a similar theme, but they are the same mold. You know, the same maker must have done them, but I don't know that for a fact. No markings. So if anybody has an opinion that they want to share, then just by all means have some fun maybe with the video. We don't get very many, if any, comments on our videos. It's just not that type of video, but if somebody has a mind to say, hey, I think that's so-and-so, then by all means, give it a whirl. Little single trumpet eperons, pair of those. It's amazing that they're not broken, you know, because how many times did somebody pick this up not knowing it's detached, turned upside down to look at it, or could have done that, I should say. Obviously, it didn't happen. So those are really, really quite nice. Costume jewelry, just what you see is what you get. The box and all the stuff inside it. Whole bunch of Harley Davidson stuff here. Oh, these are all. This is from the same guy as the military coins. There's a few things in the room here that that could appeal to anybody, but these are parts of the mill workshop that's also in the same auction. We're making it different videos because there's certain people have no interest in tools, and some of the tool guys probably have no interest in teacups. So we tried to, you know, just separate it so that it's easier for you guys. This little lot here is fun. I wish you could come and see it in person. It's art glass. Whether you'll be able to see what's happening in here, but these are essentially glass that's coming all the way to the top. So those 4 or 5 dots you're seeing there are joined to glass in the middle that's going all the way to the bottom, like an artery. So that's kind of a fun lot too. Genuine carnival glass, featherweight sewing machine. Earlier cranberry. Years ago these would have been 4 lots. Now it's 1 lot. We get it. I understand that. Some boxed Barbie. Victorian elegance. Yuletide romance. Noisemakers. These are pretty well described on the website too. There's Japanese ones, and there's made in Japan. I remember when we were kids, my mom and dad were partiers, and of course we always had a babysitter. There's an American one there. Every New Year's Eve there was a babysitter, and so every New Year's Day morning we would go downstairs, my brother and I, to find their hats. Back in the day when you got pretty cool hats at parties, and they'd go to the dances, proper dances, and noisemakers and so on. And it was probably a mistake for them to give us noisemakers, because they would have been sitting there sleeping off a hangover and giving us noisemakers. But parents aren't always that bright. More collectibles here, and again, we've described it, but this has been glued back on. Picked up there it is. No, it's not that one. I'm sorry. This one, right? So this has been broken off and glued back on. So, but it's still too neat to discount, and you don't see it from the outside hardly, and then you hang it on the wall, put something in it, you're not going to see it. But it is there, and this is distressed as well. So it's on the description. You're going to be able to see this cameraman and stuntman. Lots of oil lamps. Royal Dalton China here. Platinum Concord, again, well described. 123 is the lot number. These are nice early etchings. I really dig these ones. Is it the whole worth? This is 7. So this is lot number 121 is a lot of 7 of them. And then lot 120 is a lot of 7 of them again. This is Macbeth, Henry VIII, Midsummer Night's Dream. I think you get the theme there. Artwork kind of can speak for itself because the pictures on the website are going to do more use to you than the videos. So have a look at that. This Bun coffee maker, never been used, came out of the box. It's still in the box, so extra quality on that one there. Carnival glass, lanterns and torches and so on. Oil lamps, dictionary. This is kind of fun. I never even saw it before on the Molson tankard. This is the fun lot, Flow Blue, a couple of biscuit barrels, and I kind of like this cornucopia, cobalt blue, a hand there. It's not solid. I think it's like a gold wash on a pot metal. There are some perfume bottles. There's a set of Royal Dalton champagne flutes. Would make an awesome gift or for yourself. More piano rolls, more Barbies and the like. Another set of china. It'll be well described. And it's Royal Dalton again. I don't know how we ended up with so many Royal Daltons in the sale. China's, and it's Piedmont is the pattern. So you can have a look at that one. There is Belique. There's green mark, but you can see it all. And it'll be described. $291 is that one. Stoneware up there. Vintage lamps down here. More rolls here. And we're going to do the actual last row, too. Did I mention that this is your only viewing? Beaded purses, more piano rolls, doll furniture. That's a kit, green leaf kit. More piano rolls. One of those kaleidoscopes. I doubt you'll be able to see it through the camera.
Spin it.
That's kind of fun. That'll keep the kids entertained. It's on a little tray lot with some cherubs and stuff. Set of mid-century flatware, some boxes. This is metal. This is a new piece. It's got like a Pier 1 Imports tag on the bottom. $150 though. But it's kind of metal. It's kind of neat. Ringer washer, fan, some neat. These are all men's hats, but they're all kind of neat and quality. Burgess hats, made in England. That's a nice top hat. Flat cap. Yeah, these are a fun. That's a fun lot there. This is the sewing machine drawers. People don't pick up on the fact that a lot of times those sewing machines that have the drawers, they get thrown away essentially, and somebody takes the drawers and does that with it. This is actually a little warming tray. I did plug it in, and it does start to get warm. And I don't think it's intended to be any real temperature, but it is. It was warming up. A little mixer. These are cast. Those are quite nice. Lot number 428. More tools. These ones are actually, should be in the tool room. Everything that we have that's a tool that we would catalog by itself, like these drills and stuff, is working. So again, you know, if you look at the other section of the sale, which is all mixed into this one, all those pieces are tested and working. Now the pass load one, did we charge batteries and so on? I'll better double check on that one because you do have to charge it up and you do have to have a fuel canister. 407 is the lot number on that one. And then, of course, there's the whole other video that is all about the tools and the mill shop, the vehicles, 2 vans, the forklift, all in excellent condition. I had a mechanic friend of mine come in to the shop here last Sunday and do an inspection on the vans, checking brakes and front end and so on. So those results are on the website as well. I won't drone on about that because that was the point of having different videos, was that you can go and see what you're interested in. Bidding is already started. Pickup and so on is going to be different as well. Same reason we can't have a viewing where people are coming in and contaminating us. and vice versa. You never know. I might be the one that's the risk, the one that's contaminating everybody, but probably not. But we just can't take the chance, and nobody should be taking the chance. That's the whole point we're trying to make here, is that you should be listening to what the people are saying, and let's stay away from each other. Pickup is going to be the same way, in that we're going to have some plan. It's going to be by appointment. So if you've bought 20 lots, we're going to have it all together beforehand at the door, and then your appointment is at 10:30. You show up at 10:30 with your people, load it up, and bugger off. So then somebody else is at 11 o'clock and whatever. Yeah, it sounds a bit like a nuisance, and it is a bit of a nuisance, but it has to be done that way. And we're also going to be lenient. You know, it's not like everything will have to be out, boom, in 2 days. We're going to be lenient. We know it's going to take time. Other than the stuff, if you're buying something that's in the mill shop, which is identified on the website in North Edmonton, that has to be out by 5 o'clock Tuesday the 31st. So you only have 2 days. So that's the priority. And then the stuff over here is going to be way different. So wardsauctions.com is where you're going to find your links to bidding and your catalogs and all that kind of good stuff. More videos and the latest as far as COVID details. How are you paying? How are you picking up? What's happening and all that sort of stuff. You can also phone us at the office, 451, area code is 780-451-4549. I have it forwarded to my cell phone, so even in the evenings I'm getting those calls. Please don't phone in the middle of the night. Some people phone thinking they're going to get a recording with some information. The information's on the website. The phone wakes me up. So, yeah, I shouldn't have told you guys that. Anyhow, thanks for watching. My name is Brad Ward. Call, bid, register, tell your friends.